McPixel 3.
Hello everybody, and I am back today with another Should You Try video. This is a series where I try a game on Xbox Game Pass, give you my thoughts, share some gameplay, and let you know if it's worth checking out. In this video I'm going to be playing through McPixel 3. In this game you are responsible for saving the day in each level. You do this by eating bombs and farting fire, pissing out a house fire, and using many more humorous and unusual actions to save the day. McPixel 3 is a game with crude humor and humorous levels. This is mostly a point and click game, but it does have some mini games sprinkled throughout the 4 chapters you'll be playing through in the story mode. In this game you play as McPixel, a certified MacGyver-inspired badass who is tasked with saving the day. You save the day by clicking interactable objects on the screen in the right sequence. While clicking objects may not make for the most exciting gameplay, this game supplements its simplistic gameplay by showcasing humorous scenes when you both fail to find the right sequence of clicks and when you complete the level. Whether you succeed or fail, you'll see a funny cutscene in McPixel. This game has a ton of crude humor, wacky situations, and tons of random crotch kicks and pisses. The pixel art style that it uses is able to capture emotion from the characters in-game, as well as the hilarious scenes that this game offers. This game is pretty fun and engaging for about an hour. My biggest complaint with this game is that it felt like a grind during my last 2 hours of gameplay. My first 2 hours I was loving the crude humor, randomly crotch-kicking folks, and enjoying the cutscenes as I try to find the right sequence of clicks to beat the level. But eventually the fun faded. Yes, I was able to kick random people in the streets during levels, but I didn't want to anymore. The charm of the kick faded, and while I still found the levels to be funny, I didn't enjoy them as much because I found the gameplay to be repetitive. I found that the main appeal of this game isn't the gameplay but the cutscenes and humor. Each level plays roughly the same, but each level has its own gag or reference to pop culture that players will find funny. For me though, the funny faded after 2 hours. The final 2 chapters were the toughest to get through because I was just bored of clicking things or finding an unorthodox solution to the level. I found myself literally letting the timer run down multiple times because certain levels required you to just let time expire in order to save the day. The soundtrack is not memorable, and I got tired of listening to the same song over and over again. I turned it off halfway through my playthrough and started playing my own playlist from Spotify over it. I didn't find that this took away anything from the game though. Also, it sucks having to walk to the next level. So much walking. I wish there was a way to fast travel or warp to the next level because after you get to chapter 3, it's such a long walk to the final levels. Even the coin checkpoints, which only exist to ensure you complete all levels in a chapter, were slow to fill up. Each level you cleared would require you to walk farther and farther and farther from the home location that you're dropped at because the next level was another building or block away. It would have been less annoying having to walk to the next level if you were dropped at the location of the level you just completed. This is a minor and probably blown out of proportion complaint, but the last chapters I was burnt out and this probably didn't help make walking any less annoying. This game takes about 3 to 4 hours to complete and less than 6 to 100%, so it's not a long game. This is a game that you can complete in one sitting if you're dedicated. While you can complete it quickly, I think that this game is best completed over multiple sessions. When I played through this game, I did it in 2 2-hour sessions and I got burned out. While I still appreciated the humor and gags, the game felt like a chore to complete towards the end. So if you're going to play this game, you might want to try doing maybe 1 chapter a session, or else you'll burn yourself out. So full disclosure, I know I'm not this game's target audience. While watching and reading other reviews, I found that most reviewers and players like this game and had a blast playing through it. It's been rated favorably and it has been recommended online. It has a following, and the original game was streamed by PewDiePie and other Let's Players. The game is not terrible by any means, but I personally found the second half of the game to be a grind. The grind of completing levels in the second half of the game soured my experience with this game. So while I found it to be boring and a grind, you may have a different experience than I did, especially if you break your playthrough into multiple sessions. While this game is funny, I did not find the second half of this game fun to play. I would recommend this game if you're a fan of crude humor and simple gameplay, otherwise pass over it.